Okay, y'all. So today we're going to talk about friendships, things that are problematic, how to fix them, how to let go, all that. So if you haven't already, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment throughout the video, comment at the end of the video. Go ahead, do what you got to do. So let's get into certain things can be very problematic. And these things can go as far as like friendships, romantic relationships with family, coworkers, anything, but we're strictly going to be only on like the friendship based level. So one thing that's so problematic is a lack of communication. That I feel like honestly that's where most things like for anything can go wrong is if you're not communicating. Like if I have an issue, I should be communicating to you that there's an issue. If I'm trying to just reach out to you just like on, whatever, like it could be something really good, something bad, whatever, and you're not communicating to me, obviously we're going to hit a wall. It is what it is because like that's what's going to happen because there's going to be a certain time where somebody's going to be frustrated trying to hit you up and you're not responsive or you're being dry or you're just not giving the same kind of energy. Communication is important. It's very, very important. And on top of that, like as far as like communication goes, unresolved misunderstandings, unresolved problems are, like kind of a part of that. And I say that as far as like, if I feel some type of way about something and I just keep holding back and then something else happens and I'm holding that and then I'm holding something else. And at some point, like I'm gonna explode, and that's how most people are. Like they're gonna explode at some point. And that's kind of also like regarding like passive aggressiveness, like you might not say exactly how you feel, you might hold it back and then just kind of like throw little shots here and there. But when you hold back, it's like filling up a balloon with water. Obviously enough water is going to make that balloon bust. So that's how your emotions are going to be. So I know for me, if I'm upset at somebody, I usually don't instantly tell them like the same day. Like as far as like my friends, because I might feel like I'm really upset right now, but there's a chance I could be overreacting. So I do give it time. And usually when I am upset and I don't want to talk about it right then and there, I probably am not talking to that friend for a couple of days. So it's not like my friend did something or said something or whatever that upset me and I'm texting them or talking to them on the phone or whatever, and then I bring it to them. Nope, they upset me. I don't say anything to them. Like I'm not talking to them or like I'm not talking to them at all. Hold on. And then I bring it to them. That's just how I am because I just need to know that when I bring something to you, it makes sense. Like to me, it's making sense. And I've talked to somebody else and they feel the same way or they see exactly where I'm coming from. So now it's like, okay, I'm not tripping because if I'm tripping, I'm not trying to bring it to you and you're just like, you sound goofy. Like, come on now. Like, I'm not trying to sound goofy. I'm at least trying to make it seem like I've really taken some time to think about what I have to say before I have to say it. Other things that can be very problematic is when your friends are not supportive. I definitely think that friends who don't support your dreams, don't support your goals, or just like regular daily life things, that's problematic because as a friend, you're supposed to be there for me. I'm supposed to be there for you. And if I feel like I can't come to you, if I can't count on you to be there for me, to back me up, like, why are we really friends? Like, are we really friends? Because at that point, we're really just like associates, acquaintances. We just cool or whatever. Like, that's really what that is. Because if I don't feel like there's going to be a chance that you're going to be supportive for me, I can't even call you my friend. Like, it's dead at that point. But there's that. Then there's a friend who is not being honest with you. Like, honesty is important because it's not like it's just, like one kind of thing. Like, oh, I'm just being honest as far as like, I just feel like what you're doing isn't right or, how you're carrying yourself isn't right. But it can go as far as like hygiene. If you musty, I'm going to tell you you're musty. because I don't want people to think that you're just like a dirty kind of person. I don't want people to associate me with being cool with somebody musty. Like, it's a lot of reasons, like, to tell your friend if their hygiene isn't where it needs to be. It's okay to tell your friends if they can be doing better for themselves, as far as relationships, as far as careers, as far as how they're appearing to other people, as far as their attitude, everything, just everything. You're supposed to be honest with your friend, because if you can't be honest with them, who's going to be honest with them? And this does not give you a reason to be rude to your friend. You're supposed to be honest, but you're not supposed to tear them down in any way, shape, or form. That's toxic. Like, I'm not gonna expect a stranger to come up to my friend if they got something in their teeth and tell them, oh, you got something in your teeth. If I've been talking to you, I've seen that you had something in your teeth. And for me not to say anything to you, that's wrong. That's wrong. And obviously, I don't care about you. That's just how I feel, because that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to make sure if I see my friends doing something like that could hurt them or hurt me or hurt somebody else, like whether it's like physical harm, mental harm, just like anything, I'm going to say it, because I want you to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. You just want everybody to be their best selves. Or maybe you don't. Okay, you're problematic. That's all it is. It's unhealthy competition. I do feel like competition can be healthy between friends. As far as like, let's say you and your friend are on like a fitness journey. You guys might weigh the same. You're both like 175 pounds and you both want to get to 170. Okay, let's see who can get to 170 fastest. Like, because that's just going to push you. It's just going to make your drive like harder. Like, that's how that is. But if let's say, you guys are doing the same thing, you're both 175, one friend gets to 170 and you actually gain weight and now you're at 180, and then now you're making excuses for yourself and making it seem like your friend did something wrong. Like, oh, well, you just blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, 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 no. But that's where a lack of respect comes from. Because if you don't respect your friend, then that's where that, unhealthy competition goes. Because I'm never going to compete with my friend, like, to make it seem like I'm better than them. But I like that adrenaline rush where it's just like, okay, me and my friend, we trying to get there. Like, because at the end of the day, if they get to the top before me, I know for a fact that they're going to respect me enough to help me come up with them. And that's going to be the same for me. If I make it to the top before they do, I'm going to do what I can to bring them up too, because that's what friends do. That's what a respectful friendship is going to like have. But, y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. Now, as far as fixing a friendship, there could be times where, you and your friend just are not seeing eye to eye. Something is just like, you guys just don't seem balanced with each other. To fix it, both of you guys have to be on the same page. It's not going to work if only one person is trying to make it work. Once again, you are going to hit a wall. You're going to hit a wall. Both of you guys have to know that there is a problem for things to be fixed, for things to be corrected. Now, a way that you can easily figure this out is by, at least if one person noticed something, notice the energies are off, notice that something just isn't the same, you bring it to your friend and you talk about what you can do better. Like, say what you can do better and then tell them what you need from them, and vice versa. They can say what they can do better and what they need from you, because at the end of the day, it always takes two to tango. If something in the friendship is going wrong, sure, it could maybe be the other person, like 100%. You never know. Sometimes it happens that way. But that's not how it always is. And most of the times it's really not. Like, there is something that you can be doing better in your friendship. You just might not see it as, oh, it's not as serious as what they could be doing for you. But at the end of the day, it's still serious. it's still important that both of you guys are doing what you can to make sure each other are happy, each other are comfortable in your friendship. Because it's like, if I can't be comfortable with you, if you can't be comfortable with me, then it's lost. Like, it's deaded. Like, we're not cool. We're not that cool as we think we are, or as we, want to perceive ourselves to be. During that kind of conversation, you have to allow each other to talk. Like, give each other their time to say their piece. Don't cut your friend off, and don't let them cut you off if you feel like what you're saying needs to be heard. Because you could be saying something and they can get so defensive to the point where they cut you off, and now they're talking, but it's like, if I gave you your time, I need my time to say what I have to say, because you have to hear me. Because like I said before, this will not work if it is only one-sided. Each person has to see where their faults are. If one person is getting defensive and they feel like they don't have anything wrong, they don't feel like nothing that they're doing is incorrect, you probably need to just let it go. But we're gonna get to that. Sorry, y'all, I'm reading my notes. I took notes, okay? I was really thinking about this one. And honestly, like, if y'all have to, give each other space. Like, give each other space. Like, what do they say? Like, distance, sometimes distance makes the heart grow fonder. And it's true sometimes. If we're hitting a point where we're not really going up, like we're just kind of on a plateau, but we both told each other, how we feel, what can the other person do, what the other person can do better, what you yourself can do better. Give each other some time to think on everything that happened. Give each other time to, like, just separate themselves from you, because at the end of the day, you're not going to just be able to have a straightforward regular conversation the same day or even the next day after saying something about our friendship is off balance. I'm a Libra, and what is, my little zodiac sign? A scale. I like balanced things. And if I feel like something's not balanced, if I feel like something's not right, I need it to become right. I need to let you know that something ain't right. And then we got to take our time. If I know my friend is upset at me, or if I'm upset at my friend, I'm going to give them space, because I don't want to say something that I don't mean, and I don't want them to say something to me that they don't mean. I want both of us to take that time to ourselves to figure it out, because it's like we already had the conversation, and now you can think on it, and now I can think on it, and cool. Like, in about a week or so, we good. We straight. Not gonna say like, oh, like nothing ever happened, but now we're good. And now we had our time, and now we can move forward, and now we can do better. Now, if things just can't get better, like you keep giving your friend chances, or you just feel like the energy surrounding them just ain't right for you, or whatever, like they just continue to be problematic, it's still a toxic relationship, look, you just need to kind of let it go. Friendship breakups, like, are pretty much just as hard as romantic breakups. And sometimes friendship breakups are even worse, because that friendship might have seen you through everything, through that relationship, like the romantic relationship that you had before that, after that, like you guys probably had like some years behind you. But it's just like, you got to do what you got to do. It's as sad as to say, but when you are hanging around bad energy, your energy becomes bad. I wasn't allowed to use slang. I didn't say the word ain't until I was in, like, I think I was going to like 7th grade or something. So, there was just a certain way my mom had us speaking at home. So in high school, when I was talking to this friend more often, they used slang a lot. And my mom had started noticing that I was using slang often. Obviously that was a problem, because I knew that I wanted to go to college. I knew that I wanted to be in a professional environment for, whatever career I was going to have. And there's a certain way I would have to carry myself. There's a certain way I would have to speak. So she's like, you talking to that person way too often. And, they're cool to talk to, but the amount of times I see you on the phone with them or texting them is ridiculous, because now I'm starting to see a change in your addiction. That's the same way friendships go. If you're constantly being cool with somebody who is bringing you down, like, that's a problem, because you can't bring yourself down with somebody else. That you cannot allow other people to downgrade you. You're only the progression. This is how you're supposed to be. But if you start going downhill, especially if people start to notice that you're going downhill, mm-mm, mm-mm. But honestly, when it comes to that, only you can decide when your friendship is over. Don't allow your significant other to decide. Don't allow friends to decide, family members to decide. You have to decide when the friendship is not worth fighting for anymore. Because anybody can have their opinions, but that's not their friendship. Like, everybody's allowed their opinions, but if they're not the ones in it, then they don't have the final say so. You have to decide when it is no longer worth your time, no longer worth your energy, no longer worth the effort. In regards to that, you have to do what you have to do to cope with it. Like, let's just say it's your best friend that you're having this issue with. That does not mean go and find a new best friend, like, right then and there, or try to promote one of your other friends as your new best friend right then and there. No. Hang out with your friends, hang out with your family, hang out with your significant other. Talk to them about the situation, because at the end of the day, it hurts and it's going to hurt. But you have to find a way to cope with it. Like I said, hanging out with really important people in your life, finding, hobbies to distract yourself. Don't go and put yourself in a situation where, oh, this is my new best friend, and it's like you still haven't even gotten over the old one that you had. It is very hard when friendships come to an end, but sometimes it just is what it is. Some people are there for a season in your life, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, they did make an impact on your life some way, shape, or form, if they were considered your friend, if they were considered your best friend. It sucks that they have to go, but in the end, they did do something good for you. It just, it was just short-lived. It didn't last forever, and that's okay. And you have to know that that's okay. But yeah, just take the time that you need. Talk to your friends about problems that are upsetting you. Talk to them and try to figure out some way to fix things. Try to mend a relationship. But if it's no longer mendable, do what you have to do. And honestly, this topic just kind of came up because I just feel like there's been so much going on. Like, I see on YouTube regarding different friends, my own personal life, other friends' lives, and things like that. And it just really seems like this is such a topic that I think people kind of overlook, because it's just like, oh, well, that's your friend. Like, just be there for your friend. And honestly, I'm a really big advocate of like cutting people off. Don't mind me, y'all. But it's really important to know how to fix things and how to know when to speak up for yourself, know when something isn't going the way that it should be, knowing when things are off, knowing when things are no longer balanced, and knowing when to just say, when it's time to. But yep, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, you guys, I hope you have a great night. And honestly, I'm really recording this very late or early. It's like 4:15 in the morning. But I hope y'all have a great night, and